group of autists in our school. They spend most of their time in a place called the Core. Most of them were pretty chill, except for one, Smudge. He got his nickname because one time he was caught wiping shit over the bathroom stalls once. He didn't seem to mind the nickname. He thought people were being nice to him. Part 1. The Trip. One time we went to a park in the woods to do some activities like kayaking and wall climbing. The tards were brought but kept separate from the normal kids. It was my class's turn to go kayaking. The tards were supposed to go at the same time as us. We were the smallest class. We all go into the changing room to change to waterproof clothing so we don't get our school stuff wet. Tards are kept in a separate changing room. After a while, we hear screaming from outside the door. What the fuck? .jpg. Smudge suddenly bursts through the door, screaming as a tard guard trails slowly behind him. He starts screaming at individual people and dodging the tard guard, his flaccid penis swinging around as he finally runs out of the room. And that was my first interaction with Smudge, the start of many more. Part 2. Home Economics. Was our first time in home ec. School thought it was a good year to integrate the tards into normal classes because they received complaints from their parents. We were making Rice Krispie cakes today. Teacher pairs us up with tards to help them cook. Guess who gets paired with Smudge? Teacher gives us all a bit of chocolate to melt. Fucking Smudge eats that shit as soon as he was handed it. Teacher hands me a piece. I melt the chocolate and start mixing the cereal into it. I wanna mix! What the fuck? Smudge instantly sticks his hand into the mix of Rice Krispies and chocolate, swirling it around the bowl. He even takes his hand out, licks the chocolate off of it, and continues to fucking mix. Did I mention he stinks like absolute shit 24/7? You can smell the pure stench of shit before you even see him enter the room. Teachers force him out of the class and the tard guard comes to collect him after he rapes the Rice Krispies. Part 3. The School Dance. In our school we had a Christmas dance coming up. We live in Scotland, so it's usually just a bunch of dancing with girls. But Smudge wants a date. He keeps asking girls, but keeps getting rejected. He goes to the dance anyway. He looms like complete shit on the day. Dirty polo shirt, fucking cargo shorts. My school has 2 halls. One hall for the dance, the other hall for some snacks set out like a buffet. In the middle of the dance, Smudge keeps asking girls to dance with him. They all reject him. He eventually goes into a tard rage, pulling down a curtain. Pumped up kicks.jpg. He runs into the other hall and starts tipping over bowls of crisps, dropping orange juice to the floor. Teachers close the door and wait for the tard guards to arrive. Guess who was one of the students locked in there with him? It's ya boy. Guess who was also covered in orange juice and had to go home? Ya boy. Smudge was suspended for a bit, but wasn't forced to pay anything because of tardness. Part 4. English. I was in the same English class as Smudge. This was before we got separated for our abilities and subjects. The desks were arranged so that 2 students could sit at them and look at the front. English teacher put me with Smudge because she knew I worked with him in home ec. She doesn't know about the incident. Nearly gag every second I'm sitting next to him. I don't know one human who could smell so much like rancid shit. The teacher would go around the class and make us all read out one at a time. She gets to Smudge. Smudge can barely read and takes ages to read out words. He starts getting mad at the book. Literally rips pages out of the fucking book and spits in it. Teacher yells at him to get outside. This only causes Smudge to become worse. He starts screaming at the teacher, tearing my book before he runs out of the class. The teacher eventually found him in the bathroom. Part 5. The Talent Show. Our teacher thinks it would be a good idea if we do a talent show for the rest of the school. She gives us the option to either perform or help with the production. Ya boy is on the lighting. Smudge loves magic. He wants to do a magic act. No one has seen his act. He tells everyone it's a surprise. It's on the day. I'm in the booth at the top, so I have a perfect view. A girl playing the violin comes off, and Smudge comes onto the stage. Literally all of the school is there. Tard guard's on standby just in case something happens. He's wearing a shitty cape that has shitty stars glued to it. He brings out a magician's hat. Everyone is on edge. He pulls out a stuffed rabbit from the hat. What? This is too normal for him. He then scrambles around looking for something. He looks like he's panicking. He must have left something at home. He just stands there, doing nothing. English teacher starts telling him to come off the stage. He just stands there. Was told by my friend later, who was sitting at the front, that it suddenly smelled even more like shit than usual. Did he just... He did. He just literally fucking shit himself. He just starts to run off the stage, knocking over the girl who was getting ready to go on next. Can hear crashing behind the curtain and screaming as tards are suddenly in pursuit. They found him in the toilet again. Shit literally smeared on the toilet. He grabbed the shit from his pants and tried putting it in the toilet. The janitor is good friends with my mother, so that's why I know this. Smudge is suspended once again. The principal questions whether the Tard Guard are doing an effective job. One is fired. Part 6. Smudge gets a girlfriend. Smudge eventually starts hanging around with the other autists. One is a small, downy girl. She's actually pretty chill. She speaks to me on occasion. Smudge comes in his pants about the thought of having a girlfriend. He constantly asks her to date him. She eventually says yes. He does not leave her. Just by walking, you can tell that she is extremely uncomfortable. We sit down in history. He immediately sits down and shouts at someone for trying to take the seat next to him, since he wants his GF to sit with him. Tard guards eventually come in and sit next to Smudge. "Oh, you've got a new friend?"
"She's my girlfriend,"
he screams out. The downy girl looks like she's about to burst into tears.
"We're going to have sex after and get married."
The downy girl runs out of the room. Smudge is in swift pursuit, followed by the Tard guards. I still don't know what happened to the downy girl after that, as she was moved out of all of Smudge's classes, and guess who at this point was in all of his classes? Ya boy. Part 7. Smudge and the canteen. Smudge usually sits alone in the cafeteria. For some reason, he decides he wants to come over to my table with my friends.
"Hey guys!"
Jesus Christ, what? Smudge never learned his indoor voice. The Tard guard sits down too. "I told Smudge to come over and make new friends since he knows you." How dare you throw us under the bus, you thought.
"I can get you food!"
No, it's fine. Smudge ignores and runs over to the cafe. He runs past the line. Tard guard says to me, "Look, he's trying to do something nice for you all." Smudge grabs a bunch of food with his bare, probably shit-covered hands. Lots of it. I mean, lots. He stands by the cashier and gives her €5 and just walks off.
Hey, that isn't enough.
Smudge fucking spits at her. Some of his dribble gets on the food. Tard guard runs up, grabbing him and attempting to get the food off of him. Smudge refuses, screaming and throwing mini pizzas, brownies, and shit like that. About €50 worth of school food on the floor. He runs toward our table, dropping mushed up brownie as he sprints out of the cafe, probably towards the bathroom once again. Part 7. Smudge and a bully. We were all mean to Smudge. Some people more than others. There were a group of kids that always loved to pick on him. One day, Smudge had decided that he had had enough. He asked to go to the bathroom during class. The teachers always had someone escort him, though, because he always gets up to shenanigans. I volunteer because I needed to go to the bathroom as well. As soon as we leave the class, Smudge had sprinted down the hall. I would have chased after him, but I don't care. I eventually got to the bathroom. I found Smudge hanging over some lockers. What the fuck? I finally realized what he was doing. He was literally pissing in one of the lockers. Oh jeez. Run to get the Tard guard. When we return, Smudge was nowhere to be seen. Piss all over this one kid's locker. I got in trouble for letting him do it, but it was worth it. It's very convenient that he just happened to be in every single one of the tart's classes, eh? Kind of makes you wonder a bit, eh? Woo!